to UTA EE Labs, and today we're going to go over, I guess, how to wire things correctly for your design classes. Um, we don't want to see this ever again. I don't know what this is. They just curled around a wire instead of soldering it or putting it on a PCB or anything. So this would be an example of not professional. So I'm going to show you how to do it professionally. And everything that's pretty low current or like a data line, you're going to want to use these JST connectors. They're incredibly popular. Um, they're used all over in electronics. So this is how the professionals do it. And these are one directional. They only go in one way. If you look at these little bumps right here, you have to have an opening in this side or you will not be able to plug it in. So they're one-way connectors, pretty much what we call idiot proof. So there's only one way you can plug them in so you don't accidentally plug it in backwards and blow something up. So that's one of the reasons these connectors are so popular. So you can get them in different sizes in the UTA EE Labs. We do have a kit that has everywhere from 2 to looks like 10, goes all the way up to 10. And of course you can order these in bigger sizes if you need. So we do have all the tools that you need to get this done correctly. So obviously this connector, which is the male connector, this is going to go into a breadboard and you're going to route the signals to where they need to go. And then of course the other cable is the one that you're going to put the ribbon cable on, and it's going to plug into it just like so. But how do we get the ends, how do we get this cable done? So I'm going to show you on this little 2-prong one right here. So we're going to set this aside and we're going to prepare 2 wires so that we can do this. So we're going to put JST ends on this. And one of the tools we have here is a quick stripping tool. You're going to want to strip this to exactly 3 millimeters. I'm actually going to eyeball it right here. I'll turn this upside down. Maybe I can. Oh, look, see, it's even got the millimeters on the side there. That looks to me about 3. And there we go. So both of those cables are stripped to where they need to be. One may be a little bit longer. It's hard to tell. I'm going to separate them slightly. That should be plenty. And you're going to twist the ends. And so these are ready to be crimped on. Now in the kit, the JST kit, you have big rows of these things. So these are the terminating connectors. And what you're going to do is you're going to just bend one back off this cable here. Bend it back, bend it forward until it breaks off. There's one. We'll bend another one back and over. So these pop off eventually. Okay, so now I'm left with my 2 JST connectors right here. Now let's talk about that. So this JST connector, I'm going to show you how the wire is supposed to fit into here. I'm actually doing this under a USB microscope. These things are pretty small. Okay, so the wire is actually going to fit into here. I'm going to pull this over so you can hold it like this so you can see it. This is some detailed work here, oh my goodness. So You'll learn a lot of patience doing these connectors. Okay, so I'm holding it to where that's normally where that pin plugs into, and you see one pair of tabs, and that's what's going to surround and cover the insulation, giving it a super good grip. And of course, the inner tab is what's going to grip onto the and make the electrical connection. So that inner tab grabs onto the wire itself and makes the electrical connection. So let me show you this tool right here. This is a crimping tool specifically for JST connectors. And we're going to use the 1.8 crimp, which is located right here. Notice that it has two different dies, so it's going to make both crimps at the same time, saving you one small step. And what we have to do is we have to load this up from the back. So I'm going to turn it around. In fact, let me point this straight down so you can get a better view. Okay, there we go. That's close up. And what you need to do is you need to put I'm using tweezers again. So what you need to do is you need to put this in like this. So notice at the very bottom here, there's a tab on the JST connector, and you do not want that to be crimped. So what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze down until it's held into place and until it clicks. So once this crimper clicks, then it's fairly securely in place. So once again, notice this tab is resting on the outside, so we're not going to damage it in any way. This is the tab that locks it into the plastic casing. So now I'm going to flip it back around. This is where we get to stick the wire in. So once again, you want this wire to go in, and you want the insulation. Sorry, I'm blocking the shot here for you. You want the insulation to go in just enough to be crimped to the outer and not the inner. So place that in there just a little bit, and then you can see it as it's being folded over and crimped down. Okay, so let's take a look at our results here. You might want to take tweezers to gently pull it out. Okay, let's see if we did a good enough job this time. So we want to look at how good of a crimp this made. And by doing that, we need to look right here. Get this in focus. Okay, I'm having a hard time seeing this, so let me put some white paper on here. That's a little bit better. Okay, so notice you want the wire to be crimped in the inner one, and you want this insulation to only be crimped here. It looks like we might have done that. And we also wanted that tab to be protected here. So with that, I think we got a successful crimp. From there, you would simply stick the wire into the female connector here, plastic housing for it, with the tab facing up where it's going to connect. If I can hold this down, so you'll want that to slide right in there like that. Then you might need to take your tweezers and push it the rest of the way in. Let's see if I can get this held down. Okay, I pushed it in. When you want to make sure that the tab is all the way in so it locks into place. Okay. Hard to tell if that is all the way in. Let me push it in a little bit more. Let's see, that I do believe that's in. You can do a quick pull test, just pull on it. And if it comes out easily, then it's not in. So if you ever put the wrong wire in the wrong hole, or you get your wiring mixed up, you can always just come back, push down on that tab, and pull it right back out. Easier said than done. So once again, you can push down on this tab, and it should come back out. Should. It's not working for me. Then you might need to lift this back up. Like so. And that is how you use a JST connector.